Oh, good morning. I decided I needed an outlet for all of the things that I think. I used to have so much anxiety because I would, and even now to a certain degree, um, because I would have an idea. I would be at Universal Studios and I'd have an idea. I would be, walking through the mall and I'd have an idea for the mall. You know, I mean, not a day goes by where I don't have at least a half a dozen ideas, two or three of which are, you know, like if I took some research and was a Kardashian about it, it would take off. Um, every day. That's just how my brain works. And last night I was sitting there listening to my 11-year-old, and she was talking about a game she was playing with her friend, and she was like, "You know what they should do?" And I was like, "You're an idea person too." And I woke up at 2:30 in the morning writing an email titled IT Communication. I'm in IT. Um, and I just couldn't shake what I wanted to say based on my idea. And whether it's on process or experience or a product or whatever, I used to have so much anxiety having these ideas and being like, well, it takes all this research, or I have to start making connections, or, and when you have this type of practice of just thinking, then it can be really overwhelming until you have the right crew. So I don't have the right crew, but I have the internet. And so I realized I needed an outlet. I've worked for my job for 15 years. I've worked for the company that I work for, for 15 years. And I'm learning that when you do have kind of this creative soft skill, dot connecting thing, um, traditional career paths don't always unfold for you, for whatever reason. So in my particular case, um, my organization likes to use my skill set. Um, However, they haven't totally figured that out. So I've kind of been just cherry picking jobs and projects and programs, which has been cool. However, I'm learning there is just the thickest glass ceiling. And I had this experience at work yesterday, and I just felt gross. I felt gross. And I thought there's no reason to feel this gross. Like, why was that? And truly, like, it all goes back to this meeting I was in where the body language of people was just bleh. Bodies were turned, people on their phones, no eye contact. And I just thought, hey, you know what? Like, I want to be here. I had thought about this time, I had ideas, and the environment was just like not there. And so, you know, at the end of the day, I taught a class. I had 3 students, teach out of a church a couple Mondays a month. And it was so life giving. 1 hour, $47 in donations. And I was like, this was so much more life giving than this whole day where all this heat that's happening in my brain just never got to connect with the heat of another person's brain. Like, it never lit up. And that's so deflating for me. And well, yeah, it's deflating. But it's deflating because it's deflating, but it's also just the lack of that energy of, let's talk shop, let's dig into it, let's collaborate. You want to hear what I have to say, and I want to hear what you have to say, and guess what? Neither one of us is 100% right. I hate how QuickTime is backwards. Like, I'm sure my bangs look fine, but this way they're not. That one was for Patty Harbath. A story for another time. But yeah, so I was driving home from yoga and I just realized, you know what? I need an outlet. There's no glass ceiling in my personal life. there is zero limit. And if I was given a brain that gets ideas left and right, then I'm just going to start up a YouTube and start sharing them. Who cares? If Universal Studios wants to use my idea, go for it. General Electric, you want to go for it? Apple, you want to go for it? Black & Decker, you want to go for it? Dyson, you want to go for it? Kraft American Cheese Singles, you want to go for it? Go for it. Brene Brown, you want to go for it? Oprah, you want to go for it? Disney, you want to go for it? Enterprise, you want to go for it? Go for it. You're welcome. This is my channel. And the cool thing is that it's going to be a potpourri, because my ideas span my life. You need an idea to walk alongside your friend who is dying from brain cancer? I got a couple of those. You need an idea for how to get your baby to sleep through the night? I got a couple of those. You need an idea to teach your teenagers how to manage their money? I got plenty of those. Need ideas on how to navigate the end of your marriage, your divorce, establish your single woman lifehold? I got a billion of those. Need ideas on how to plan a road trip? Got it. Long distance relationship? Check. I'm not saying I know everything. I'm just saying I'm a major witness of my life. And I have firmly rooted myself in the belief that you cannot be wrong unless you're trying to be right. And if you come at these things, life experiences, from a place that's authentic and honest, then even if you screw up, even if you hurt somebody's feelings, you're going to be doing that from an organic place and be able to grow, evolve authentically from that place. And when you stop predicting the future and stop predicting how people are going to react and stop making decisions based on how other people might or might not be experiencing you, guess what happens? Freedom. And that's what I'm doing, because I did not feel freedom at my job yesterday. And I am a free mother trucking thinker. I love the company I work for. Love it, love it, love it. I'm going to use this outlet for everything that's happening up here, and then go to my day job, focus, and crank it out. Take care of people. Show up. Yesterday I had this meeting that was gross, and there was a little bit of buffer time, and I went to the desk of my employee from 7 years ago. We worked together for 3 or 4 years. Hopped on her desk, hadn't seen her in forever, and listened and loved her stories and learned about what she was doing and applauded her and shared and connected and smiled. And you know what? People make it all worth it. And if I can focus on people and, kind of do what I can to help the organization run smoothly, then that's a good job well done. And you guys can subscribe and comment on what you think or what you would do, or if you've ever thought the same thing. I'll tell you what, so many times when I'm like, you know what they should do? And I share that, people are like, I know. And you know what else? It's so fun. So, happy Tuesday. It's 5 a.m. somewhere. Definitely here. Because I just decided to wake up at 3, make coffee, and get my life. Okay, bye.